The success of Super Mario 64 and other titles like Mario Party helped to maintain the plumber's popularity and base himself into the 2000s with a very bright future ahead. This is the evolution of Super Mario, Part 3. The 6-year gap between Super Mario 64 and the next game in the series is the longest gap in the Super Mario franchise to date. Nintendo had considered making a Super Mario 64 2, or Super Mario 128. Those plans were eventually scrapped in favor of an alternative sequel that will be released for the Nintendo GameCube in 2002. Following the success of The Legend of Zelda: Majora's Mask, video game designer Yoshiaki Koizumi. The game takes place on a tropical island named Isle Delfino.
Welcome to the sun-drenched tropical paradise of Isle Delfino. We're so pleased to welcome you to our beautiful home.
The name Isle Delfino is one of the rare references to Mario Italian heritage. Mario, Princess Peach, and entourage of toads have come to Isle Delfino to relax. However, the island inhabitant soon complain of a man polluting the island and causing its energy source, the Shine Sprites, to disappear. The man they describe has a round nose, a thick mustache, and a cap that sound like Mario. But it can be. Like in Super Mario 64, player has to find all power stars, or in this case Shine Sprites. In the game, Mario is joined by a robotic backpack named Flash Liquidsing Ultra Dousing Device or FLUDD. The new FLUDD mechanic allow player to spray enemies, hover in the air, and dash at higher speed. Interestingly, although FLUDD appears in later Super Mario games, only in Super Mario Sunshine is it shown to have artificial intelligence, and it able to communicate with other characters by speaking through its nozzle. However, in his series debut, the main villain in this story is actually Bowser Jr. Super Mario Sunshine was the first 3D Mario title to feature extensive voice acting, with Charles Martinet voicing Mario and Scott Bums voicing Bowser, in the character's first speaking role in a video game. Bad audio mixing didn't do this feature favor though.
How dare you disturb my family vacation!
The title won GameSpot's annual Best Platformer on GameCube award and received an impressive 92 on Metacritic. With reviewer raving about superb graphics and ingenious puzzles, Game Informer called Sunshine the best Mario game to date, while Computer and Video Games claimed it was better than Super Mario 64. Super Mario Sunshine achieving 6.3 million copies sold, compared to Super Mario 64's 11.9 million copies, however that likely down to fewer people owning GameCubes than Nintendo 64 console. New Super Mario Bros. Is a 2D side-scrolling video game released in 2006 for the Nintendo DS. Player will once again save Princess Peach from Bowser Jr. The game seems in 2D, but most of the character are in 3D background, resulting in 2.5D effect that visually simulates 3D computer graphics. The main gameplay is more like the original Super Mario series, but new features have been added. For instance, the wall jump makes its first appearance in a 2D game since it was introduced in Super Mario 64. The player can also use ground pound to smash blocks. An additional power UPS was introduced named the Mega Mushrooms that grows the player and allows them to smash anything in their path. The goal of each levels is to reach a black flag. At the end of each levels you must defeat a boss before proceeding to the next world, Bowser Jr., who does indeed serve as the game main antagonist. New Super Mario Bros. Was a commercial success and receives position reviews garnering a score of 89 on Metacritic. Several review outlets called it one of the best games on the Nintendo DS and sold more than 30 million copies, making it one of the best-selling games of all time. Amazing fact: New Super Mario Bros. Was the first platform game in 2D on a handheld console since Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins in 1992. After appearing in Super Mario Land and then Super Mario World, the next logical step for our Italian hero was to appear in Super Mario Galaxy. Yoshiaki Koizumi, the director of Super Mario Galaxy, wanted to create a game with spherical platforms. Released for the Wii in 2007, the 3D platformer sees Mario enter into different galaxy. The game takes place in different planet. The plot once again revolves around Peach, who was kidnapped by Bowser. And using a fly saucer, he carries off Peach and her entire castle. Mario is knocked down by Kamek as he tries to go after them and lands on a small planet with more Lumas. When he wakes up, he meets Rosalina, who tell him to collect the Power Star to save Peach. In total there are 120 stars to collect in the game. Player travel to space to different galaxies, through the Lumas, and fight several bosses like Bowser and Bowser Jr. along the way. New transformation are introduced such as B Mario, Boo Mario, Spring Mario, Flying Mario, and more. Super Mario Galaxy was a massive success with over 12.8 million copies worldwide and received 97 on Metacritic. In 2009, New Super Mario Bros. Wii was released for the Nintendo Wii console. It plays similarly to the Nintendo DS version, but there are some key differences and additions, the most notable being the addition of multiplayer, making it the first Super Mario to feature simultaneous cooperative gameplay. Up to 4 people can play cooperatively or competitive modes. New Super Mario Bros. Wii did as intended, receiving both admiration and commercial success. It was awarded Best Wii Game at 2009 Spike Video Game Awards and received a score of 87 on Metacritic. IGN said in their review, New Super Mario Wii demonstrates one more time why Nintendo are master of all ages gaming. As on March 2021, more than 30.3 million copies of the game has been sold. In 2010, the time came for a follow-up to Super Mario Galaxy. At first, Miyamoto planned to re-release the game with additional content. It's Super Mario Galaxy 1.5 or Super Mario More. However, so many new ideas were thought up that they decided to make proper sequel. However, this was difficult to implement on a large scale though, so the idea was cut back to feature in specific levels only. The plot of the game is essentially a retelling of the first Super Mario Galaxy, with Peach inviting Mario for a cream pie. This time, the different galaxies could be entered from a new central hub, the mobile planet Starship Mario. Super Mario Galaxy 2 racked up a score of 97 on Metacritic and sold more than 7.4 million copies. If you want to see how Mario became a legendary video character, click right, and if you want to re-watch part 1, click on left.